Hey there, I'm Sneha and you are watching my channel Book Junction. Welcome to today's video. So first of all, thank you so much for 10k subscribers. It was a dream and finally it has come true, and I'm so thankful and grateful. So the best way to give it back to you guys would be by sharing some knowledge regarding YouTube that I have gained over the years. Now I have been on YouTube for 3 years, but most of my growth has happened in the last 1 year, or you can say in the last few months, and that has happened because I took seriously the part which is all about optimizing your videos and your entire channel, and I thought that I can share that knowledge with you because I know there are a lot of new YouTubers on my channel as well who watch my videos, and this may come handy to them. Alright, so let me just start by telling you that when it comes to YouTube, there are some components to it that are necessary for you to maintain and make sure that you are working on them. So of course, content is the first thing, it's the king, and then comes consistency, and after that comes optimization. Now the thing is, if all of these three things are in place, then your channel will grow. Now of course the rate of that growth will be different for different people, but it will grow. And if you have been on YouTube for a long time and if your channel is just not growing, then definitely there is something that you are not doing. For me, I think for the first year my content was really bad. Then with the next year I tried to make my content better, but I also became like really consistent. I used to post like 2 to 3 to 4 videos per week, and I've made quite a lot of videos, and I used to post with my phone. So everything from shooting, from editing, and from posting, everything from my phone. So of course the quality of the video was not that good, but I was consistent. And in the last 1 year, like in my 3rd year, what I did is that I of course tried to like increase and improve the quality of my videos. Then I tried to stay consistent, at least posting 1 video every week, sometimes even 2. And then comes the optimization part. So I really focused on the optimization part as well, and overall all these 3 things helped my channel to grow. And in the last 1 year, mostly in the last 10 months, most of my growth has happened, and that's why I'm sharing all of this information. Now of course I'm not an expert, all of this is just trial and error, and I'm going to share all the parts that worked for me. And the thing with optimizing your videos for the YouTube algorithm is that it's not the same for everyone. For every channel the optimization part is going to be very different. Some things work for some channels, but for someone else it might not, and they just have to keep figuring things out by trying different things. And like no one has got the algorithm figured out. Even the people who work in the YouTube office on the algorithm do not know how it works, and they also can't crack it. Now if you don't know what optimization is, please go and search on Google SEO or search engine optimization. The thing is, YouTube is the second most famous search engine after Google. So it's a search engine, it's not a social media platform like Instagram or Facebook. So the thing is, when it's a search engine, people come here to search things, but when we go on Instagram, we don't really go there to search things, right? So if you want to know how to do this, how to do that, you will go on Google, and then you will go on YouTube. And even if you go on Google, sometimes you get some YouTube video recommendations there as well. So the algorithm for a search engine will be completely different from a social media platform, and that's why organic growth on YouTube is still pretty good, whereas organic growth on Instagram and Facebook is almost dead. Alright, so when it comes to optimizing your videos, the first part is your title, and your video title should be 50 to 60 characters long, not more than that, not less than that. And personally I used to write such big titles and they never worked for me. So I saw some other YouTubers do that, and that's why I started doing that. So first I used to write a title, and then I used to use that symbol that's like a straight or vertical line, which is also called the pipe symbol. I used to use that, and after that another title. So my title would be like so big, and it does not work. I read a little bit about it, and apparently when you make your titles too long, the YouTube algorithm does not recommend it to people, your videos won't come on the suggested lists. Also, my suggestion to you will be, don't use the vertical line symbol or the pipe symbol, because I have read that it does not work or it does not cooperate with the algorithm. The YouTube algorithm cannot pick it, and since it just does not resonate with the algorithm. I used to use that symbol a lot, and now I don't. I use the hyphen symbol now because hyphen works with the algorithm. That's what I read, and yeah, that's my recommendation to you. Don't do that. And sometimes people also use symbols, like different symbols. For example, people use the heart symbol or some emojis. The thing is, before I always used to think that the title should not have any emojis, but the thing is, emojis are actually good for the algorithm, because people use so many emojis, right? And emojis actually go well with the algorithm. It picks those things. So definitely use emojis wherever you can, and that will help you a lot. Alright, now moving forward, when it comes to the description box, some people use the description box a lot. Some people don't do anything with it, like they don't do anything, and you should always choose like the middle ground. Don't go overboard with your description box, and then don't underutilize it as well. Now what I mean by that is that the first 3 to 4 lines are the most important, and that's where you use your important keywords and the relevant keywords. So don't write your life story there. Don't write everything that's there in the video in the first few lines. Also, please don't write hello everyone or hey there, this is my new video. Don't write all of that in the first few lines of your videos, because those are the very lines that show up when people are searching videos. And if your video gets suggested, those are the few lines the person will read before clicking on your video. And in those lines, you should tell them what they will find in the video. Nothing more than that, nothing less than that. So you would not want them to just see hello everyone. So yeah, don't do that. Just write simply, in this video I have showed this, I have shared this, that's all. And of course the keyword, the main thing, and the relevant keywords, that's all. And after that you can write whatever you want to write. It's completely up to you. Add your social media links and everything. Then comes the part where people use hashtags, and when it comes to hashtags, of course hashtags are important, but I think 2 to 3 hashtags are enough. You don't have to use too many hashtags, because for hashtags we already have the tag section. Now there are different theories when it comes to the description box. People say that you should like try to use as many keywords in your description box, and that's why a lot of people write some keywords in their description box as well. And I do that as well, and I've tried different variations of it. Now I have realized this from my personal experience, that when I stuff the description box with a lot of keywords, it gets a little heavy for the algorithm to pick it, because you're just using so many keywords. And the thing is, there is this term called keyword stuffing, and when you stuff keywords into anything, the algorithm understands that you are trying to stuff keywords, and it sometimes gets spammy, and YouTube or any algorithm does not like spam. So don't get spammy, and do not use so many keywords that it gets annoying for anyone to see. And again, don't use the vertical line or the pipe symbol. Always use commas. So when you use a keyword, then use a comma and then the next keyword. So don't use the vertical line. I have done that, it has not worked for me. I strongly feel that you should not use the vertical line symbol too much. Use commas wherever you can. The vertical sign looks good, but it is not good for the algorithm. And I'm telling you this out of my own experience, because I've seen my video not working out, and then I went back, I erased all those symbols, I used commas, and I have seen my video pick up. So definitely listen to this, it's very important. So this was all about the description box, and next comes the tags. Now there are different theories regarding the tags as well, and we will talk about both the theories. Basically there are two. The first one tells us to use search engine keywords, that is the keywords that people type for any particular video. For example, if it's a to-do list video, what people will search, maybe they will write how to make a good to-do list, maybe a lot of people will just write to-do list, or maybe someone will type good to-do list. So what will people write, what are the keywords people are using for a particular kind of video. This is one theory. The second theory is about explaining your video to the algorithm via your tags. So if your video is about your to-do list, then you are writing different words that will just define your video to the algorithm. For example, you're writing to-do list, good to-do list, then the things that you're using for your to-do list, post-it notes, to-do list app, so like that. So the thing is, these two theories actually work for different people. For some the first theory works, for some the second theory works, and I have tried both, and I think for me personally the combination of the two works. But of course I rely more on the first theory about search engine keywords and less on describing the video to the algorithm, and it works for me because it actually helped me rank some of my videos. And yeah, you try both the theories and see which one work for you. You can also combine the two and see how it works. Now if you don't have any idea about keywords, then there are two tools that you can use. You can use either of the two tools. So there is this Chrome extension called vidIQ, and there's another extension that's called TubeBuddy. Now both the tools do the same thing. Both the tools are about keyword research and hashtag research and all of that, and it tells you the statistics about if a video will score high or not. And it's just a very nice tool to overall understand how the YouTube works and how a particular video will work in the future. So I have used both of them, and personally I prefer vidIQ over TubeBuddy. I tried TubeBuddy but it just did not resonate with me. I liked vidIQ more because it's just better. Now both of them are free, but they also have a pro version, so you can go ahead and buy them as well. So when you buy the both the extensions, you will get some extra features, but I think the free version is just as good. It does the job. Alright, so when you add the vidIQ extension to your Chrome browser, whenever you open YouTube, you can see some statistics and information on the right hand side. So it helps you to understand your videos and also understand other people's videos as well. So now when you are uploading your video and when you go to the tag section, whenever you write something, like maybe you just don't know what to write for your keywords, so when you are typing the tags, whenever you write something, the vidIQ extension will provide you some options. It will show you some results, and all of those results are keywords that people actually use and people actually type. So those are actually SEO words, SEO keywords, and you can use them. So if you have no idea how to write tags or what kind of keywords people are searching, then just add vidIQ and you will get to know what people are searching. So another thing that I want to add is that should you use your name in the tags, should you use your channel's name in the tag? Now it's very simple. Do people know you enough that they will search you on any search engine? Do people know me? Like, do people know me just randomly? Why will someone go on Google and search Sneha Banerjee or Book Junction if they don't even know me? So it does not make sense, right? I cannot go and write in my tag section Sneha Banerjee videos, Book Junction videos, or Book Junction review, Sneha Banerjee review. No one knows me. Like, of course you guys know me and you guys happen to see me on YouTube, but you didn't know me before watching my video. So why will anyone go and search Sneha Banerjee reviews? They don't know me. So don't do that. Just if you really want to use your name, then maybe write it Sneha Banerjee once or Book Junction once, like that, just once. But I don't do that anymore. I used to do that, never worked for me, so I stopped doing that. I don't write my name or my channel's name in the tag section anymore. Maybe sometimes, I don't really remember doing that. And lastly, I want to definitely talk a little bit about the YouTube thumbnail. And the thing is, of course, if your video comes on the suggested list or it is recommended to someone, your thumbnail is the first thing that they see, and your thumbnail should be pretty and attractive. So whatever you click, whatever picture you click, make it colorful, bright, because people tend to click on bright pictures. Now if you think that your picture lacks a kind of sheen or attractiveness, then just download Snapseed app and use that app to increase the ambience of the picture, make it brighter, make it more saturated, so it pops up. So that's the thing that I recommend with the thumbnail. And of course, don't use a lot of text on your thumbnail, because when you have a lot of text on your pictures, it is very difficult for the algorithm to support it and to spread it amongst people, because then the algorithm has to do so much work, because you have already added enough text on your title, description, tags. You don't need to add text on your pictures, because algorithm has to work on that as well, and it's not very good with pictures and text. So that's why avoid adding too many texts to your thumbnails and you will be good to go. So that was all that I had to share with you guys. These are the only things that I do, and there is nothing apart from this that I do. I told you the extension I use and it has helped me a lot. Definitely add it to your Chrome browser. It is going to change the game for you, because of course we don't know what are the keywords people are using, and vidIQ makes it so easy for us. And above that, you can always try different things, but these are the things that worked for me. And if you want any more tips, maybe regarding video quality and video making, I can do that as well. But specifically I made this video today because I really wanted to thank you guys for making me reach the 10,000 subscribers milestone, and the least I could do is share everything I know about YouTube and learned over the years. And all the best for your channel if you have one, and if you don't have a channel and thinking about starting one, then all the good wishes to you, and don't delay it, just start and eventually you will improve. So if you want any more tips, write it in the comment section. I will definitely note it down and make another video. But until then, this is all I had to share with you guys. I really hope that you found this video useful and enjoyed it as well. So yes, if you liked this video, then definitely like, share and subscribe. And if you have anything to tell me, then definitely write it in the comment section. Hit the bell icon so you are updated with all the future informations and notifications. And I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.